Welcome to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to be talking about Cloud by Ariana Grande and Baccarat Rouge 540. So stay tuned for that. And if you like the content, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. Now, Baccarat Rouge 540 is a very popular fragrance. A lot of people talk about it. A lot of people love it. It's also very expensive. And I believe it was last year, Ariana Grande released a fragrance called Cloud, and a lot of people were talking about how it's similar to Baccarat Rouge 540. I hadn't had the chance to get my nose on it until just recently, so I'm going to do a little bit of a comparison between the two to give you an idea of what I think about both of these fragrances, how similar they actually are, and that sort of thing. Now, first of all, I will say that I'm not a huge fan of Baccarat Rouge 540. To me, it does smell a little bit like a dentist office. I definitely get that vibe very strongly. I do get a little bit of sweetness, but not much. So to me, it's not really a fragrance that I love. But Cloud by Ariana Grande is actually really quite good. And it does, in the opening, have some similarities. It still has a little bit of what I call that dentist office vibe, or that latex glove vibe. But what it does have is also this sort of whipped cream accord, which is very sweet and enjoyable. And it does have a fruitiness there too. So I believe pear is one of the notes, and you can definitely pick that up. So it has the sort of sweetness of Baccarat Rouge 540, still has a little bit of that dental office vibe, but it also has this whipped cream and fruity accord. The fruitiness actually reminds me of something that I get from the Dry Down, deeper in the Dry Down Instant Crush, which is also compared with Baccarat Rouge 540. So I do get a bit of a fruitiness with that one that I definitely don't get. So on that level, it's definitely very easy to my nose to actually pick them apart, to smell them as distinctly different. I also find that Baccarat Rouge 540 is something that is not actually that intense. It doesn't have a really loud or very strong sweetness. Like, it is there, but it is something that's not in any way close to overpowering. Cloud by Ariana Grande is a lot louder, a lot more high-pitched. So actually I ended up picking up Cloud for a friend of mine because I wanted to try it out and I thought it would probably smell good on her. And she described the difference as Baccarat Rouge 540 being more of like a low tone, whereas Ariana Grande Cloud is more of a high tone. And I think that is actually a pretty good description of the difference between these two. I also definitely consider Ariana Grande Cloud to be much more feminine. Whereas, especially the more I smell Baccarat Rouge 540, it does definitely have, to me, a much more unisex vibe, despite the fact that it is a sweeter fragrance, and of course, sweeter fragrances are becoming popular among men's fragrances as well. The fruitiness, the whipped cream, the stronger sweetness in Ariana Grande Cloud definitely makes it a little bit more feminine, which is fine. You know, wear whatever you like, but it is also something that I'll say I do enjoy smelling on a woman. So it does smell very appealing. And I enjoy it a lot. I do actually really like Cloud. Now, another thing I can say is that deeper in the dry down, I actually have both of them on a test strip. And in the opening, it's actually quite easy to pick them apart. There's similarities. You can kind of get hints of Baccarat Rouge 540 in Cloud, but again, that fruity whipped cream accord just makes it distinctly different. Now that these have been on these strips for quite some time, I would say they are virtually indistinguishable. Again, this is Ariana Grande Cloud. It's a little bit more high-pitched, a little bit actually stronger, in my opinion. So it does have very distinct similarities deep in the dry down as well. And it does kind of dry down very similar to Baccarat Rouge 540. Again, it's a little bit different, but it is quite similar. I mean, if you love Baccarat Rouge 540, you might actually want to give Cloud a chance to see if you like it. And at the worst case scenario, I mean, you could probably give it away to somebody because it is actually a very enjoyable fragrance in my opinion. Easy to wear, sweet, pleasant, not overly cloying in any way. And I do find that whipped cream accord to be quite interesting. But anyways, The final note that I'll give is yes, there is a similarity there. They're definitely different. Deep in the dry down, they're very, very hard for my nose to pick apart, at least on test strips. I find them to be extremely similar. Anyways, that's it for this one, guys. Have you tried Cloud by Ariana Grande? Leave a comment down below if you have. What did you think about it? Did you think it is a nice interpretation of Baccarat Rouge 540? Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.